You are untouchable, the power of divine authority and transformation. There is a power within you so profound that even the darkest forces tread carefully around it. They believed they could break you, drown you in their chaos, and extinguish the light you carry. They thought they could bury your essence, erase your spirit, but they were gravely mistaken. Now they bow in silence, unable to confront the brilliance of your light. It blinds them, burns them, and humbles them. You didn't simply rise from the ashes, you transcended. Every chain that once bound you shattered. Every curse they cast upon you broke. Now, you walk with an energy so powerful that even the deepest shadows dare not touch you. You are a force that the darkness can't contain. The spiritual realm knows true power when it sees it. Demons, shadows, and adversarial forces have watched your rise with both curiosity and fear. They've studied you, marked you, and recognized your strength. But now they know better than to challenge you. Why? Because your frequency has shifted. It's no longer something they can manipulate, distort, or control. It is untouchable, fortified by your pain, your endurance, and the unyielding faith you've carried through every trial. The darkness has learned to tread lightly because your very presence repels its influence. Your energy is a wall they cannot breach, a force they cannot outmaneuver. You are a vessel of divine authority, a testament to the power of unwavering will. When you move, they scatter not because you shout, but because your presence is a force that silences their schemes. The mere act of your existence commands respect. You are no stranger to battle. You have fought with your spirit and your soul, and you've come out victorious. But now your strength is undeniable. You are like the Archangel Michael, whose might even the fallen respected. Just as Michael wielded his sword of divine justice, your energy is a blade that demands reverence. You've undergone a transformation so profound that it echoes not just in the physical world, but in realms seen and unseen. Every struggle, every hardship has only fortified your spirit, and the adversaries who once plotted your demise now hesitate in your presence. Their sharp looks and whispered betrayals have transformed into silent avoidance. It's as though an invisible barrier surrounds you, an aura so powerful that they can no longer approach you. It's not luck or coincidence, it's the divine protection that surrounds you. You have become untouchable, not because of any shield you can see, but because of the energy that exudes from within you, an energy that repels negativity and enforces peace. You didn't get here by chance. Your growth has been forged in fire. You have endured betrayal, spiritual attacks, inner battles, and challenges that would have crushed anyone less committed to their divine purpose. Every time they threw something at you, you didn't fall, you ascended. With every strike, your resolve grew. Every loss became wisdom, every wound became a mark of your authority. Through it all, your faith never wavered. Even when the cost was great, you refused to compromise your integrity. You chose to remain aligned with the divine truth, and in doing so, you elevated your vibration beyond their reach. Your soul's frequency is now so high that the darkness can no longer touch it. You are untouchable. This energy is not arrogance, it is the undeniable confidence of someone who has found their truth and aligned their life with the divine will. When you walk into a room, people feel it. The energy shifts. It's not just your words that command respect, it's your presence. Comment below if you feel the power of your presence. Personal reflection commentary. This message resonates deeply on a personal level. It speaks to the strength that comes from surviving not just physical battles, but emotional and spiritual ones. The most powerful transformations often happen in the unseen realms, in the moments when we choose faith over fear, integrity over compromise, and truth over illusion. The truth is, we are all capable of becoming untouchable, of stepping into our divine authority. The world will throw obstacles at us, often ones we can't predict. But our response, our ability to rise and remain anchored in our truth, is what defines our power. To anyone reading this, I offer a word of encouragement: you are stronger than you think. The battles you faced, the betrayals you've survived, have not weakened you, they've shaped you. You have an energy that, when aligned with your purpose, becomes untouchable. Trust in your growth. Trust in your transformation. As you continue your journey, remember that your power doesn't need to be loud. It's not about seeking attention or validation. Your power comes from alignment with your higher self. And when you live authentically from that place, the universe will support you with a force you cannot fathom. Your presence will speak for itself. The greatest victory is not just surviving, but thriving with the knowledge that you are untouchable, protected by your own strength, faith, and divine authority. Your divine strength commands respect a journey of spiritual empowerment. The forces that once sought to destroy you are now compelled to acknowledge the power you have become. These forces, those who tried to tear you down, who once thought of you as prey, now understand that your presence is not something they can manipulate or diminish. Spiritual laws, unyielding and unwavering, do not bend for chaos, and neither do you. The demons that once circled, whispered, and sought to exploit your vulnerabilities have now met their match. They no longer dare to approach the very essence they once sought to undermine. Your authority is not in the words you speak or the actions you take. It resides in your being, in the undeniable force of your divine will. You are a sovereign soul, untouchable by anything that operates in darkness. The forces of negativity, manipulation, and chaos must respect you not because you demand it, but because they have no choice. Your very frequency, refined through trials and unwavering alignment with divine truth, now emanates a power that cannot be ignored. This shift is undeniable. You have risen to a level where even the darkest forces must acknowledge your authority. And this is not speculation, it's a spiritual fact. Those forces that once sought to undermine you, to diminish your light, now find themselves powerless against your strength. Their tactics no longer work, because you no longer resonate with the frequency they once exploited. Signs you command respect from dark forces. 1. Your dreams become battlegrounds. The first sign that you command respect from dark forces is when your dreams become the stage for spiritual encounters. These are not mere nightmares or subconscious projections, these are powerful spiritual tests, where your divine strength is challenged. Dark entities, who once sought to intimidate and control you, now appear in your dreams, because they can no longer reach you in the waking world. Every time they rise against you, you overpower them not because you are untouched by fear, but because your spirit knows its own strength. These encounters are not a sign of weakness, but of elevation. Dark forces test strength, not weakness. When they confront you in your dreams, it's a recognition of your elevated frequency. You are no longer prey to their manipulation. You have become an obstacle they can no longer bypass. With every victory in these encounters, you prove that the light you carry cannot be dimmed, not even in the dark corners of your subconscious. 2. The silence that follows your presence. The second sign you command respect from dark forces is the silence that falls when you enter a room. It's not just awkwardness, it's the weight of your energy so powerful and so untouchable that those who once opposed you instinctively withdraw. Those who plotted against you, slandered you, or tried to harm you now hesitate to even meet your gaze. They speak less, avoid confrontation, and act overly cautious, as though they sense an invisible hand holding them back. This isn't fear of what you might do, it's reverence for who you have become. This is not only a sign of how others react, but a spiritual phenomenon. Your energy, now fortified by your alignment with divine authority, creates a shield so powerful that it dismantles their confidence. Even if they cannot name the discomfort they feel, it is a recognition that their hold over you has faltered. Darkness cannot thrive where light dominates, and your light is undeniable. 3. The shift in energy when you enter a space. The third sign you command respect from dark forces is the immediate shift in energy when you step into a space. It is not subtle, it's a complete recalibration of the atmosphere. The tension dissolves, the heaviness lifts, and a sense of clarity fills the air. This isn't coincidence or wishful thinking. It is the power of divine alignment manifesting in your very presence. When you walk into a room, your energy is so powerful that it transforms the space. Those around you may not fully understand it, but they feel it an unexplainable force that brings calm, clarity, and peace. This is a sign that your energy has shifted so profoundly that even the darkest forces cannot remain unaffected. Personal reflection and commentary. This concept of being untouchable isn't about being invincible or immune to challenges. It's about transcending the forces that once tried to break you. It's about living in alignment with divine will and embodying the strength that has been forged through your struggles. Dark forces, in this context, represent the obstacles, negativity, and destructive energies that try to divert you from your path. When you rise above these forces, when you align with the truth of who you are, you become untouchable. Not in the sense that you avoid challenges, but in the sense that your presence shifts the dynamics around you. What stands out to me is the focus on energy, how our inner frequency, when elevated by faith, self-trust, and divine alignment, creates a powerful shield that repels negativity. It's not about fighting or confronting external forces, but about becoming so aligned with your truth that the world around you must adjust to match your energy. In a world full of chaos, negativity, and manipulation, we are constantly presented with choices to stay in alignment with our divine purpose or to be pulled into the darkness. The real power lies in making that choice daily and choosing peace, integrity, and love, even when external forces try to lure us into negativity. And as we do, we elevate ourselves and become untouchable. If you're on this journey of spiritual elevation, I encourage you to trust in the power of your presence. Your energy is your most potent tool. Whether you realize it or not, you are creating a force field around you that repels negativity and attracts respect. Keep walking in your truth. Your light, aligned with the divine, will continue to shine so brightly that the darkness cannot even touch you. Claim your space, stand firm in your truth, and let your energy speak for you. The power of divine presence transforming spaces and commanding respect. There is an undeniable shift in the energy around you when you walk into a room, a reaction that is felt, even if not fully understood. Unseen forces retreat in the face of your presence, unable to coexist with the divine energy you carry. Dark entities, manipulative forces, and negativity find no comfort where your light dominates. This transformation is not merely a feeling, it is a spiritual phenomenon. Your energy, fortified by your alignment with divine authority, becomes a purifier, cleansing the spaces you enter and the people you interact with. When you step into a room, the very atmosphere begins to recalibrate. Shadows that once lingered in corners seem to vanish, as if repelled by an invisible force. This is not something you try to do or even intend, it's the natural effect of who you are. People around you may not fully grasp why, but they feel it. They feel lighter, at ease, sensing that something oppressive has been removed simply by your presence. Those who harbor hidden agendas or malice may grow uneasy, their intentions exposed by the light you bring. This is the spiritual ripple effect you create. You may not be aware of the full extent, but it is undeniable your elevated frequency cannot help but shift the atmosphere. This is how respect from dark forces is manifested. They scatter not because they've been vanquished, but because they are outmatched. They know they cannot stay where your presence reigns. Your energy doesn't just command the space, it transforms it. There is no room for chaos or deceit to linger when your light fills the air. Your presence acts as a shield, a barrier that keeps negativity at bay. What you carry within you is not just strength or willpower, but divine alignment. An unshakable truth, a spiritual sovereignty that makes it impossible for darkness to survive. When darkness is confronted with your divine presence, it doesn't simply leave it bows out, acknowledging that it no longer has dominion. This is the true level of power you wield. It's not about fighting or struggling, it's about standing in your truth so firmly that the darkness has no choice but to retreat. In these moments, you are a walking sanctuary, an embodiment of order in a world often consumed by chaos. You have stared down the forces of manipulation and deceit, torn through the fabric of the matrix, and emerged untouchable. Your rise has been forged in the fires of spiritual battles, and now you stand as a force to be reckoned with, able to transform the very space you occupy. A call to the chosen ones. If this message resonates with you, it's no coincidence. The universe has a way of guiding those who are ready to fulfill their purpose, and if you found your way here, it's because destiny has recognized something in you, something rare. You are being called to elevate, to transform not only your own life but the world around you. Don't squander this opportunity. We offer exclusive interviews with real chosen ones who have defied the odds, broken generational curses, and mastered the art of divine timing. These aren't your typical success stories, they are revelations that can rewrite your reality. Inside, you'll unlock forbidden content, knowledge too explosive to be shared on mainstream platforms, designed to help you take the reins of your own destiny. But there's more. You'll gain access to our modern manifestation mechanics grimoire, a guide to turning chaos into order and channeling universal magic. Learn to transform your space into an abundance vortex, inviting prosperity and aligning yourself with the flow of the universe. And for those who are ready to connect with others on this spiritual journey, we have our private Discord and community chats, where over 400 of the most powerful chosen ones share their wisdom, experiences, and support. Our weekly calls are designed to elevate your mindset and guide you toward divine partnerships, relationships built on spiritual alignment, not superficial connections. Let's be clear, this is not for everyone. If you are ready to rise to your fullest potential, to claim your place among the spiritually empowered, then this space is for you. The Ascension Nexus is a community for those who know they are destined for greatness, those who are ready to embrace their power and transform the world. Personal reflection and commentary. What stands out to me in this message is the profound shift in energy that happens when one aligns with their true divine purpose. It's not about exerting control over others or forcing change, it's about standing so firmly in your own truth that everything around you shifts accordingly. Your presence becomes a force that can no longer be ignored, and the forces of darkness, whether they manifest in people or situations, must retreat in the face of your divine sovereignty. This concept is incredibly empowering. It reminds us that we are not passive in our spiritual journeys, we are active participants in shaping our reality. The energy we emit, fueled by our alignment with higher truths, has the power to transform the world around us. No longer do we have to fight against external forces, we are simply called to stand firm in our light, and the darkness cannot touch us. If you resonate with this message, I encourage you to embrace your own divine authority. Know your worth, trust your power, and recognize that the moment you truly step into your light, the universe will begin to align in your favor. The shift in energy, the respect you command, and the space you create is not just for your benefit, it's part of a much bigger spiritual revolution. So rise, walk with purpose, and know that your presence is transforming the world. Your light is your greatest weapon, use it wisely and boldly. The reluctant acknowledgement of your strength, how dark forces recognize your power. One of the most powerful signs that you command respect from dark forces is when even those who may not like you are forced to recognize your strength. They may never voice their respect directly to your face, but their whispered words behind closed doors betray the truth they cannot deny the power you've cultivated. While they might harbor resentment, envy, or even disdain for your resilience, they ultimately must acknowledge your spiritual fortitude. This recognition is not a compliment, it's an inevitable concession. They've witnessed your endurance through trials that would have destroyed anyone else, and instead of being broken, you've only grown stronger. Their grudging acknowledgement stems not from admiration, but from the undeniable truth that you are untouchable. You faced battles that tested your very soul, dealt with betrayals that could have shattered your faith, and encountered opposition designed to crush you. Yet here you are standing firm, unbroken, and more powerful than ever. Your spiritual resilience forces them to admit, even if silently, that you are a force they cannot recklessly challenge. Even your detractors, those who once wished to see you fall, can't ignore the authority you carry. They may still resent your rise, but they now recognize that their efforts to bring you down have been futile. Your persistence bends situations to your favor, and obstacles crumble before your unwavering will. They may try to criticize you, spread rumors, or undermine your efforts, but each time, their attempts fail. What they once saw as your weaknesses have now transformed into the very strengths they fear. Their respect for your strength is involuntary. They must acknowledge it, not out of any desire to, but because they cannot deny it. In this way, you command respect from dark forces not through kindness or praise, but through their reluctant acknowledgement. They realize that their slander, their schemes, and their alliances are powerless against the unshakable foundation you've built. Even their bitter words now reflect the truth of your strength. What they could not break, they must bow to. The spiritual law of dominion. The power that you carry is rooted in a universal law, the law of dominion. When you align yourself with divine purpose, your very existence transcends the darkness. This is not about physical force or loud declarations of power. It's about your energy and presence being so aligned with universal law that darkness has no choice but to yield to you. You no longer just navigate life, you are commanding realms, both seen and unseen, simply by being. Your energy is no longer subtle or passive. It is radiant, relentless, and impossible to ignore. It is a force that transcends the ordinary, making it impossible for negativity, deception, or chaos to thrive where you stand. This shift is a result of your divine alignment. You didn't get here by accident or coincidence. Every trial you've faced, every battle you've endured, has elevated your frequency. This has placed you in a position where the lower realms, those governed by deception and destruction, have no room in your presence. Your very existence commands order in places once filled with chaos. And here lies a crucial point: dark forces don't fear you because of your strength, they fear your alignment with the highest laws of existence. The law of dominion dictates that beings aligned with divine purpose automatically override darkness. They cannot touch you. This is not about ego, nor about superiority. It is about spiritual sovereignty, a natural hierarchy that places you above anything that operates in negativity. Acknowledgement of your sovereignty. In these moments of recognition, you have not simply risen, you have ascended to a higher plane of existence where the forces that once tested you now tread carefully around you. They feel the weight of your sovereignty, the immovable force of your will, and the divine protection that surrounds you. There is no more space for them to manipulate or deceive you because your vibration has outgrown their influence. The spiritual realms, whether visible or invisible, recognize this alignment. The law of dominion works whether they acknowledge it or not. Your energy is now a force field, a protective barrier that repels anything seeking to undermine your purpose. Your presence isn't just a blessing to you, it's a force that shifts the very fabric of your surroundings. Darkness cannot survive in your light, and as such, it must retreat or be consumed by your presence. Personal reflection and commentary. This concept is an empowering realization for anyone walking a spiritual path. The idea that dark forces and negativity have no choice but to retreat in the face of your spiritual alignment is a powerful one. It's a reminder that the true strength isn't in force or confrontation, but in spiritual sovereignty and alignment with universal truths and divine purpose. In life, we often face situations where we feel like we're being tested, pushed, or undermined by external forces. But this message serves as a reminder that when we stand firm in our truth and trust in our divine alignment, we are untouchable. Our energy itself, the power we cultivate through endurance and unwavering faith, becomes a force that cannot be easily manipulated. The law of dominion teaches us that our very existence, when aligned with divine will, overpowers darkness without needing to actively fight it. This doesn't mean challenges won't come, but rather, they will be met with the unwavering knowledge that they cannot break us. Instead of fearing darkness, we can step into it with confidence, knowing that we carry a light so powerful that it will scatter the shadows. In conclusion, it's important to remember that the true power is not in what you do, but in who you are. When you stand in your authentic power and live with divine alignment, you become a force that commands respect whether those around you acknowledge it or not. Keep walking in your light, and the world will have no choice but to bow in recognition. The divine process of ascension, how trials forge true strength. Your ascension is not just a spiritual rise, it is a profound transformation rooted in the alignment with the highest laws that govern existence. One of the most fundamental truths you can realize is that light is inherently greater than darkness. And this law of dominion is how you have been able to rise above everything that once sought to diminish you. It's not simply your aura that shines, it's your very essence that disrupts and dismantles anything not grounded in truth. Darkness can no longer challenge you because it must now yield. The respect you command today is not given lightly. It is earned through your growth, resilience, and your unwavering commitment to live in alignment with your divine purpose. Every trial, every hardship was not meant to break you, it was meant to transform you. Betrayal, loneliness, spiritual warfare, they weren't just battles, they were the fires that purified you. Like gold exposed to intense heat, the impurities in your soul were burned away, leaving behind a strength and clarity that make you untouchable.